The Sifuna Matrix. Kenya's political landscape is beginning to shift, and at the center of one of the emerging formations is Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna. But the Sifuna story is bigger than one politician. It is about a movement, a political network, and a question that could shape Kenya's road to 2027. Can constitutionalism become the foundation of a new political coalition? Edwin Sifuna has built his political identity around public debate, opposition politics, accountability, and constitutional governance. Today, his name is increasingly being mentioned in conversations about Kenya's next political chapter. And that brings us to Linda Mwananchi. The movement has been building its grassroots presence, including political engagements across Western Kenya, while also seeking to establish itself as a formal political vehicle. But the journey has not been straightforward. The question surrounding the reservation and registration of the Linda Mwananchi name has itself become part of the political conversation. And now, different political actors are positioning themselves around this emerging formation. Some see Linda Mwananchi as a possible independent political vehicle. Others see an opportunity for it to join a broader coalition. And that creates the Sifuna Matrix. At its center is Sifuna. Around him are grassroots mobilization, political alliances, opposition politics, and the possibility of a wider national movement. But perhaps the most distinctive part of this conversation is constitutionalism. For Sifuna, politics has often been framed through questions of institutions, accountability, the rule of law, and the limits of political power. That creates a different question for the 2027 conversation. It is not only about who should lead Kenya. It is also about what should limit the power of whoever leads Kenya. And that is where constitutionalism becomes politically significant. Because a constitutional democracy is not simply about elections. It is about institutions. It is about accountability. It is about citizens knowing their rights and leaders understanding the limits of their authority. The next test is whether the political energy surrounding Sifuna and Linda Mwananchi can move beyond speeches, rallies, and social media conversations into a nationwide political organization. Western Kenya may be one part of that test. But Kenya's presidential politics requires a much broader coalition. So as 2027 approaches, several questions remain open. Will Linda Mwananchi become an independent political vehicle? Will it join an existing coalition? Can Sifuna build a national political base? And can constitutionalism become more than a political message and instead become the organizing principle of a new political movement? Those answers are still unfolding. But one thing is becoming clear. The Sifuna conversation is no longer just about one senator. It is increasingly about power, institutions, political identity, and the future direction of Kenya. The question is no longer simply, Manani ona vizura? The bigger question is, what exactly are Kenyans being asked to see? A politician? A movement? A coalition? Or the beginning of a new political project? This is the Sifuna Matrix.